Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, Govind English Teacher. Today, we are going to meet a greatest personality. He is JVL Narasimha sir. He is a retired English teacher. He is a prolific writer and an excellent speaker and also great motivator and influencer. And he has written many articles. Today, he is with us, and I had interacted with him a couple of times earlier. Now, today, I'm going to interact with a different topic. The topic is there are many methods to learn English language. There are many methods to teach English language. So today we're going to learn. So which is the best method to teach English language and to learn English language? Now he is going to interact with us, and he is going to share his knowledge toward this topic, and it will be helpful English teachers. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, please go on.
Thank you, Mr. Gondragaru. It's a very good question. As far as I know, there are methods like translation method, bilingual method, direct method, audiolingual method, and also suggestopedia and some other methods. But as far as I'm concerned, I think the best method or the best strategy is discourse-oriented pedagogy, coined and designed by Professor K. Anandam. Actually is a follower of Krashen, who believes that language should be given in comprehensible input. And that means traditionally we believe that if you give 100% input, there must be 100% output. But actually, it's not true. Even if you give 100% input, the children may have only 10 or 20% output, because there is no guarantee that what you should give or what the teacher should give will be assimilated by the learners and it becomes output. So what should we do? We should give the comprehensible input. Comprehensible input is just like giving nourishes and delicious food as and when required. If you give nourishing and delicious food for anybody, they will digest it and become strong. If you give too much food, they cannot digest it and become diseased or sick. So it is also so in the case of classroom instruction. Our input must be very comprehensible. This wise, all of us should know comprehensible input. That means we should give the input according to the needs of the learners. This is why we are talking about inclusive classroom. Inclusive classroom means all of us should give, all the teachers should give the input or output based on the needs of all the children. No child should believe or think that is neglected in the classroom. This is one thing. Now, let us talk about discourse-oriented pedagogy. In this, there are three words. First one is discourse. The second one is discourse orientation and pedagogy. Discourse means actually interconnected speech or writing. For example, if I ask you or somebody else, you say, what is the minimum unit of a language? You say a word, but actually the minimum unit of a language is not word or sentence or anything, but actually it is discourse. Discourse means it is a connected speech or writing. For example, what is connected speech? Suppose you ask me, what's your name? I say, I am Narasimha Rao. This is here connected. But you can't say I'm Narasimha Rao without any reason or without any somebody asking you. So there must be interconnection between what you speak or what you write. Then it becomes a discourse. Discourses are many, like there are dialogues, there are conversations, stories, poems, riddles, puzzles, and so on. What is interconnected may be a discourse. But actually, if I write a discourse and if a child simply reads it, it's not a discourse. It must be written and spoken by him, then it becomes a discourse. This is the beauty of discourse-oriented pedagogy. Now you have asked me one question. Which method do you think the best, or which strategy did you follow in the classroom? I follow the narrative method, or I feel that narrative is the best tool in the classroom instruction, because a narrative has the ability to incorporate all other discourses. For example, while narrating something, you use the direct speech, you use the active and passive voice, you use the tenses, and all other simple, compound, complex sentences, and all other grammatical aspects. Besides, while you read it, you use all prosodic features like pronunciation and other things, intonation and other things. So when you narrate a story, or when you narrate something or tell a story to your students, to your learners, you are teaching everything. You can't teach language in parts. So you can use narrative as the best teaching mode in your classroom. You have asked me another question, that is, have you ever taught your students to speak well in English? Yes, I have not taught one student, but many students to speak English very well. Most of my students have become journalists in Enadu and the ETV or TV9 and TV10 and so on. In the beginning, they were shy, they were introverts. They couldn't speak in a sentence, but actually I asked them to speak. Don't worry about the mistakes. In fact, I forced them to speak. When we learn a language or anything when there is a need or when there is force. When you are compelled to speak something, when you are compelled to do something, you will do it.
Thank you, Narasimha sir, for sharing your great knowledge regarding English language learning and teaching. And it will be helpful to the English fraternity. And thank you, sir. Thank you for coming to my live session and sparing time and making aware of everything regarding the teaching methods and learning methods. Thank you, sir.